never thought a simple invitation from my office mate Carla would lead me down such a twisted path. She was always the social butterfly, buzzing around the break room with stories of her weekend escapades. "Come on, Alex," she'd say, her eyes sparkling with mischief. "My buddy from yoga class is perfect for you." She's adventurous, witty, and has this infectious energy. I wasn't big on setups, especially not around February 14th, when every street corner screamed romance with its balloon arches and chocolate displays. But after another monotonous week crunching numbers in our downtown Seattle accounting firm, I caved. "Fine," I muttered. "One coffee. What's the harm?" That was my first slip-up. The second was showing up without digging deeper. We met at a cozy bookstore cafe in Capitol Hill, the kind with creaky wooden floors and shelves stacked high with forgotten novels. The aroma of espresso and aged paper wrapped around me like a comforting blanket as I arrived early, fiddling with my phone to kill time. I messaged Carla. "Here and ready for whatever." Then, in walked Lena. She had this effortless charm, wavy auburn hair framing a face with freckles that danced when she smiled, wearing a simple green sweater that matched her eyes. We grabbed lattes and settled into a corner booth, the hum of quiet conversations around us. Things started smoothly. She asked about my hikes in the Olympics, something I'd mentioned in passing to Carla, and shared her own tales of kayaking on Puget Sound. I relaxed, laughing at her impressions of quirky yoga instructors. But then the cracks appeared. "You must be wiped after that all-nighter on the Thompson report," she said, sipping her drink with a casual glance out the window. I froze, my cup halfway to my lips. "How'd you know about that?" "I just wrapped it last week." She waved it off with a chuckle. "Carla must have spilled. She talks about you all the time." It could have been nothing, but unease prickled at my skin. We shifted topics to hobbies. I mentioned my weekend photography gigs. "Oh, like that shot of the ferry at sunset? Stunning composition," she replied, her tone too precise. "That photo was from months ago, tucked away in my online portfolio, not something I'd broadcast." My mind raced. Had Carla shared links? I brushed it aside, asking about her work in graphic design. Her responses were polished but evasive, like rehearsed lines from a script. As the afternoon waned, she leaned in, describing a trail I often ran near Green Lake, down to the bench where I paused for water breaks. "I've spotted you there," she admitted with a sly grin. "You have this focused look, earbuds in, world tuned out." My stomach nodded. I'd never seen her on those paths. Then came the bombshell. She referenced my sister's recent move to Portland, details I'd only posted vaguely on a private family chat. "How?" I started, but she cut me off. "Social feeds are like open books. You're not as hidden as you think." I excused myself to the restroom, heart hammering, texting Carla frantically. "Who is Lena really?" "She knows too much." No reply. Back of the table, Lena's demeanor had shifted. Eyes sharper, smile tighter. "Trying to bail already? You always cut things short when they get real." I stood, mumbling about a sudden headache. She sighed, folding her napkin meticulously. "Running won't change anything. I know your patterns. The late-night grocery runs, the shortcut through the alley behind your condo." I bolted out into the drizzly Seattle streets, rain mingling with my sweat. My phone buzzed, an unknown number. Coffee was nice. "Let's do dinner next." I blocked it, but more came. "Smart choice switching buses today." For days I varied my routine. Took the light rail instead of walking, hit a new gym across town. Carla cornered me at work. Lena stopped by the office yesterday, asking for you. Said you ghosted her. I pressed for details. Turns out Lena wasn't from yoga. She'd been lingering at Carla's favorite coffee spot for weeks, probing about me under the guise of small talk. Carla had thought she was just friendly. Digging online, I uncovered Lena's history, a pattern of fixating on acquaintances, showing up uninvited, leaving cryptic notes. One ex had relocated after she keyed his car and flooded his inbox with pleas. I filed a police report, but they cited lack of threats. No proof equaled no action. I overhauled my life. New locks, private profiles, even a temporary stay at a friend's. Months passed without incident, but echoes lingered. Now, on rainy evenings, I scan crowds, wondering if that familiar freckled face is watching from the shadows. Blind setups? Never again. Valentine's wasn't my scene, but for my partner Riley, I'd go all out. She adored the theatrics. Flowers, candlelit evenings. So I booked a spot at a trendy rooftop lounge in Austin, Texas. The place overlooked the Colorado River, strings of lights twinkling like stars against the night sky. Laughter echoed from groups sipping craft cocktails, the air thick with citrus and herbs from the bar. We nestled into a high-top table, the city skyline sprawling below. Yet from the start, a subtle discord hummed in my chest, like static before a storm. I pinpointed it soon enough. A woman at the end of the bar, early 40s, with silver-streaked hair and a tailored blazer. She nursed a martini, her gaze fixed on us, not glancing but drilling. No plate, no companion, just that unwavering stare. Riley chatted about her day at the gallery, oblivious as she perused the small plate's menu. I tried to tune it out. Maybe she was lost in thought, her eyes happening to land our way. But every peek confirmed it. Locked on Riley, a faint curve to her lips. A server swung by and I nodded toward her. "That lady over there, has she been here long?" He shrugged. "Came in solo hours ago, just the one drink, everything okay?" I forced a nod. "Yeah, fine." When I looked again, she was gone, her glass abandoned with olive speared untouched. Relief washed over me. Perhaps I'd imagined the intensity. We ordered bruschetta, charcuterie, and I focused on Riley's stories, her animated gestures pulling me in. Mid-bite, the server returned, sliding a coaster under my glass. Tucked beneath was a scribbled note. "What's your figure? Make it worthwhile." My fork clattered. Riley frowned. "Babe?" I pocketed it quickly. "Nothing, just a mix-up." But dread coiled tight. Scanning the lounge, I spotted her by the elevator, posture rigid, eyes still on us. "We should head out," I whispered. Riley's confusion deepened, but she sensed my urgency. As we rose, the woman approached, heels clicking softly. "Exiting so soon?" Her voice was velvet, laced with amusement. I shielded Riley subtly. "We're good, thanks." She tilted her head, gaze sliding to Riley. "I have a proposition. Generous, if you're open." My jaw tightened. "Not happening." We brushed past, the night air hitting us like a slap as we descended. In the car, I showed Riley the note. Her eyes widened. "What the? Who is she?" I had no answer, only the gnawing fear of what figure implied. We detoured home, circling blocks to ensure no tail. No sign of her, but sleep evaded me. Days later, a delivery arrived. An envelope with no return address, containing a photo of us at the lounge, circled in red. Back. Offer stands. I reported it, but police dismissed it as vague. We installed cameras, varied outings. The messages trickled in, anonymous emails hinting at acquisitions. Research revealed similar incidents. A shadowy network of collectors preying on couples in upscale spots. We never encountered her again, but the question lingers. What price would have sealed that deal? And what fate awaited if we'd entertained it? Romantic gestures weren't my forte, but with my girlfriend Sophia, I tried. She thrived on the unconventional. So when she proposed a midnight picnic in an abandoned botanical garden on the outskirts of New Orleans, I agreed. "It'll be magical," she promised, her dark eyes gleaming. We'd been together 8 months. At first, her passion was intoxicating. Surprise visits, endless texts. But lately, it bordered on suffocating. Checking my location, questioning late work hours, weaving guilt into every solo plan. I downplayed it, blaming my own paranoia. We arrived under a crescent moon, the overgrown paths weaving through wilted vines and cracked fountains. Sophia spread a blanket amid the ruins, unpacking cheeses, wine, and berries. The air hung heavy with jasmine and decay, fireflies flickering like distant memories. We talked softly, her hand in mine, but the isolation amplified every rustle. Deeper in, near a crumbling gazebo, I spotted a single white lily laid on a weathered bench. Odd but touching. Perhaps a remnant from a bygone visitor? And I saw the tag. "From Mia, Eternal Bond." My name. Pulse quickening, I picked it up. Inside the folded card, bound forever, no escape. Sophia watched, her expression serene. "Sophia, what's going on?" She smiled faintly. "Isn't it romantic? A promise that outlasts everything." My skin crawled. "This is my name." "Did you plan this?" Her laugh echoed oddly. "Love like ours defies endings, even if life tries to pull us apart." Realization dawned. This wasn't whimsy. It was a declaration of ownership. I backed away. "This feels wrong. We're leaving." She grabbed my sleeve, grip unyielding. "You always pull back when I show how much I care. Why fight it?" Her voice cracked with intensity. I wrenched free, heart racing through the tangled paths. At the gate, she caught up, composure cracking. "You'll see, we're destined." I hailed a cab alone, blocking her mid-ride. The aftermath was relentless. Doorstep appearances, pleading voicemails from burners. "We belong together."
Friends reported her inquiries. I sought a protection order. She vanished post-summons. Years on, tranquility reigns. But in quiet moments, I wonder if her eternal bond still shadows me. Dating apps felt like a gamble in bustling Los Angeles, where I slung cocktails at a Hollywood dive bar. Profiles promised connection, but often delivered illusions. After a breakup, I swiped back in, matching with Tyler, charming bio, photos of beach runs and guitar sessions. Texts flowed. He quizzed my shifts, my cat's antics, even my dream February getaway. Innocent at first, but the barrage escalated. Demands for instant replies laced with jealousy. Those patrons flirting? Stay safe from them. I unmatched, unease mounting. Soon a shadow account followed my feeds, no avatar, silent, blocked. On Valentine's, mid-shift in my black top and jeans, a text pinged, "Gorgeous as always." Then, that smile lights the room. I scanned patrons, nothing amiss. Panic rising, I confided in coworker Jax. "Creep alert." Another. "Outside now." We peered out. A figure by my scooter, hood up. Jax called security. He fled. Harassment persisted. Parked cars nearby, anonymous gifts, a locket with my photo inside. Sleep fractured by window glimpses. Police reports piled up. Fruitless. I crashed with Jax. Fortified online walls. Silence eventually fell, but vigilance lingers. Apps deleted. The real horror, threats hide behind screens, knowing your every move. If these tales unsettle your Valentine's vibe, thumbs up and share with thrill seekers. Subscribe for more chills. Your story might inspire the next. Ever faced a romantic nightmare? Comment below. Stay alert. Heed your gut. Affection can veil danger. Catch you in the shadows.